Hey guys, what's up? TheJordude here, and today I'll be doing a little deck check or deck explanation of my mid-range hunter that I recently got top 10 North American Legend with for the February 2016 season. So let's take a look at the deck list. I'll switch my overlays here so you can see the full list. Alright, so we got 1 Hunter's Mark, 2 Web Spinners, a Bear Trap, 2 Snake Traps, 2 Haunted Creepers, an Ironbeak Owl, 2 Knife Jugglers, 2 Scientists, 2 Eagle Horn Bull, 2 Animal Companion, 2 Kill Command, 2 Unleash the Hounds, 1 Cult Master, 2 Hound Masters, 1 Shredder, 1 Lotheb, 1 Ram Wrangler, 2 Savannah Highmane, and a Dr. Boom. So let's first of all let's go over why I choose these cards in my deck. First of all, I played a Hunter's Mark because you have a lot of tokens on the board from Snake Traps, Spiderlings, Unleash the Hounds. So the Hunter's Mark is actually a super efficient card that could gain you a lot of tempo. Say you're against a Druid, they drop Druid Claw, you have a Snake on the board, you just Hunter's Mark the Druid Claw, and you trade with the Snake. Super efficient, huge tempo swing. So that's why I did Hunter's Mark, just for that tempo advantage, going through big and killing big minions. Next off we have 2 Web Spinners. This is your only 1 drop of the game. It's a beast. You can play it on turn 5 with Houndmaster. You just cycle it for a better beast. Something to do on turn 1. It sets up your kill commands easily. So my trap lineup is 1 Bear Trap, 2 Snake Traps. Usually with mid-range hunter you often see a Snake Trap, and mainly you see freezing traps, Bear Traps, Snake Traps, but usually they have a freezing. But in my lineup, I actually have only the minion-based traps. The reason why I have these traps is because in the current meta, we see a lot of Secret Paladin and we see a lot of Zoolock. So both of those decks focus on getting a huge board. They don't often have any board clears in any spells. Like Secret Paladin would play 1 Consecrate maybe at most. So with this trap lineup, you're going to get a lot of minions on your board that will fight for the board. So against Paladin, like they're going to play Mustard Battle. They're going to get a lot of Silverhand recruits. So the Snake Traps basically trades all of those in, gets you the board advantage. Also, by using all these beast tokens, you can gain a lot of card draw with your Cult Master. Not to mention, it also combos with your Houndmaster, your Ram Wrangler, Hunter's Mark, Kill Command, etc. Even your Knife Juggler works. So Haunted Creeper, pretty staple card in mid-range hunter. It's going to be sad to see it go during standard rotation. Ironbeak Owl, similar to Hunter's Mark. It's just to remove big threats. Ironbeak Owl, I use it mainly more so to get rid of big taunts. Or just to bypass big taunts, or to remove buffs from people, like if they Blessing of Kings or Avenge the minion, then you can just silence it off. Knife Juggler, pretty self-explanatory, great combos with Unleash the Hounds, Snake Traps, etc. Haunted Creeper. Mad Scientist, one of the best 2 drops in the game. The 2/2 body pulls out a 2 mana trap and plays on the field. Eagle Horn Bull, just to help you gain board control, push in the extra damage with it gets extra charges with your 3 traps. Just an overall solid weapon. Animal Companion, why wouldn't you play it? Huffer, Leok. Leok is good when you have a board full of tokens. Huffer is just good because it's Huffer. Misha is also good, especially against like the Shaman matchup or the Hunter Mirror or Zoo. Just having a taunt, 4/4 taunt is really good. Kill Command, efficient spell when you have a beast, 5 damage, extra burn, helps you gain tempo, etc. Unleash the Hounds, you play 2 because, like I said, Paladin and Zoo are very popular. So Unleash the Hounds really helps in that matchup, especially with your Knife Juggler. Even in bad matchups like Patron Warrior, if they flood the board with Patrons, when you already applied enough pressure in the early game that did a lot of damage, you can just finish them off with Unleash the Hounds as burst. Cult Master, combos with Unleash the Hounds or your Snake Traps or your Spiders just to draw a couple cards. That way you don't run out cards with this deck. I actually hardly ever find I'm grinding out with this deck because of the Cult Master. Usually I draw around 2 to 4 cards on average with the Cult Master. Houndmaster, you're often able to play this card on curve with the Battle Cry because you have a lot of sticky beasts like Haunted Creeper. Sometimes they don't want to bother killing Web Spinner. You got your Snake Trap, Bear Trap. So Houndmaster is often live on turn 4. Even later in the game, it's a lot better to just get a big taunt. You can even taunt up high main sometimes. Super crucial card when you're playing against Aggro Shaman. Palette Shredder, I just have it as a 1-of because I have 1 Cult Master, so I don't want to fill up my deck with 4 drops. But Palette Shredder is great as a turn 4 alternative if you can't play Houndmaster. Just overall a super solid minion. Load up to lockout games against Freeze Mage, Rogue, or pretty much any deck once you get a board. Just playing a good load up on either on curve or on a very timely turn where your opponent has a bunch of spells in their hand, can't do anything about your board, helps you finish games, snowballs it. 1 Ram Wrangler, similar to Houndmaster. I pretty much have. You're pretty much going to find an easy time getting the Battle Cry off. You're pretty much never playing it as just a vanilla 3/3. You're always going to have some kind of beast beforehand. So, and then sometimes you just you're paying 5 mana to just completely blow out the game because you could get a Savannah Highmane, you could get a Strangleform Tiger, you could get a King Crush. I got a King Crush a couple of times. Ram Wrangler is pretty fun. Savannah Highmanes because it's one of the best 6-drops in the game. It's such a great death rattle, such a great body, super strong. If you could set up your turn before you play the Highmane, so you could drop Highmane on like a near empty board, pretty much a game-winning play. Dr. Boom, play on turn 7, just a solid, strong minion. Helps you get the board, helps you get extra reach with more damage if they don't BGH it. So yeah, that's pretty much my choices for the deck. Some people have asked me why I don't play Quickshot. The reason why I don't play the Quickshot is because Quickshot, you kind of just use it as a dark ball most of the time, 3 damage to kill a minion. I'd rather just have the Snake Traps to do the work and get more. It helps you get more board control than 1 Quickshot. If you're using Quickshot for extra bursts, then you're probably not winning you're only barely winning the game. If you play, let's see, if you need it for card draw, you have to Cult Master instead. So that's why you don't need the Quickshot. So yeah. First of all, the Mulligans, you basically always want to find your Web Spinners, your Haunted Creepers, your Knife Jugglers, your Scientists. Sometimes you want Owl depending on the matchup, like Temple Mage or Hunter Mirror. Sometimes you could keep a trap, but that's very situational. Sometimes you could keep, when you have the coin, it's more acceptable to keep the bow because the bow can help you get Temple. And especially with the coin, you could consider keeping your Shredder or your Houndmaster if you have some like 2 drops or Animal Companion beforehand. So yeah, but definitely practice makes perfect. But normally you keep your 2 drops, except the secrets. Sometimes you keep Hunter's Mark against matchups like Priest. And if you have like a 2 drop and a 3 drop, you could keep your 4 drop if you have coin. And yeah, that's pretty much the standard mulligan for pretty much every matchup. In terms of strategy, you mainly just want to gain board control aggressively in the early game with your bull, your minions, with your tokens. During the mid game, that's when you're getting your tempo swing, so you're using your Hunter's Mark or using your kill commands to get the board. You've got the Houndmaster, which is really good tempo. And then before turn 6, you're setting up your Highmane, so you're trying to get the board as much as possible. You drop Highmane on turn 6. If they can't deal with it, Highmane pushes for a lot of damage. And that's when you start being aggressive, because if you're getting into the late game and you're starting to run out cards, if you couldn't draw cards with your Cult Master, you have to start being a bit more aggressive, start using your hero power in efficiently as possible. And yeah, if you want to have a more detailed guide on how to play this deck and the matchups and all that good stuff, I'll post a link in the description to the Hearthstone, and you can see the deck list, my explanation for cards, mulligans, matchups, etc. So thanks for coming by, guys, and maybe I'll be able to post some example games after this, but yeah, have a good one. Make sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter, as well as subscribe to me here on YouTube for more content and to see when I'm be streaming live, and all the links will be in the description. Peace.